Good morning. It is day 33 of my Camino, and today I am going from Fonfria to Samos. I chose to stay in Samos tonight because there is a monastery there that I'm hoping to tour once I get there. The distance today I think is just a little short of 20 kilometers. I think it's mostly downhill, which of course has its own challenges, but I will take it after a tough uphill yesterday. So I am looking forward to what I hope is a fairly uneventful walk. About 5 minutes of walking and we're already out in the countryside. This is another day where there's lots of towns in between. So we'll see what seems like a good place to stop. I was keeping up a pretty good pace, and then I came upon this very rocky section. So that means going slow, avoiding turning an ankle. Hopefully this won't last too long, but there's been stuff like this all along the way. It's just a matter of picking your way through it. It's not awful. I haven't seen anything quite like this before. It's like the path collapsed and they just filled it in with rocks. This takes some advanced planning for sure. Survived that rocky descent. Now back to normal. Coming into a town, Fiobal. I think it's one of these little tiny towns with nothing in it. It's a total of about 10 kilometers from where I started to the bigger city of Triacastela, so I might not be able to stop till then. But the walking's been great, so if I can't stop, I'll be totally fine. Came around the corner and there's a bar, so let's see if it's open. If it is, I will stop and get something to eat and drink. I am so glad I stopped here. Oatmeal. Oh, that sounds so good. And fresh orange juice. That was a great breakfast. I had been getting kind of sick of the typical breakfast stuff that you see every day. Toast or croissants or bocadillos. It was just getting kind of repetitive. So to see oatmeal on there made me so happy because I love oatmeal. So that'll be good energy hopefully for the rest of the way. It is less than 4 kilometers to the next town, or to the bigger town. And then about, I think, 8 or 9 kilometers after that to Samos. So, so far things are going really well. Hopefully that continues. I just got into Triacastela and I needed to use the restroom, so I stopped and got an Aquarius. It's customary when you use a restroom in a place that you buy something, so I'm going to have this drink and then continue on my way. Had a really nice break walking through town here, and then it's less than 10 kilometers. It's 8 or 9 kilometers to Samos. It is just before 11:30 right now, so I'm hoping to get there by about 2, which is check-in time. This is the church of Santiago de Tricastela, so St. James of Tricastela. And it's surrounded by a very crowded cemetery. Here's another place where there's a choice. To the left goes to Samos, to the right goes through Santiago, I think it may be pronounced. The way to the left is longer, but I want to go see the monastery in Samos, so that's the way I'm going to go. And basically, it's just adding a day to my Camino because I'm taking 2 days to go to Sarria, whereas if I went to the right, you could get to Sarria pretty much today. So I am going to go to the left, and I've got about 8 or 9 kilometers to go. I don't have a whole lot to talk about today because there's a lot of road walking at this point. So let's talk about numbers. So this tells us how many kilometers there are to Santiago. Now it is not 136,601 kilometers. It is a little over 136 kilometers. One thing you might not know is that in Europe, and perhaps in other parts of the world too, I don't really know, they switch up the use of commas and periods in a number. So if they wanted to write 136,000 something, they would write 136.000 for 136,000. So that's important to know that numbers are not always written the same in every country. Why do I mention this? Well, one of the things I do at my job, in addition to teaching, is I help faculty with putting global content in classes. And sometimes people push back on that a little bit. I once had a math teacher say, well, I don't have to do that. I teach math. Math is the same everywhere. And my response is, math is the same everywhere. 2 plus 2 is always 4. But the way they write the numbers is not the same. So your global lesson for today is that you can't always assume that the way you do things is the way that it's done everywhere. It doesn't make yours better or worse. It doesn't make theirs better or worse. But being aware that some things are different in different places can open up new perspectives. And travel helps you find those things. So I encourage you, as Rick Steve says, keep on traveling. Just coming into Samos, there's a monastery down there. I'll be touring that later. We're still going this way yet for just a little bit, but it won't be too much longer. But this is the kind of walking it's been pretty much all day, through forested areas like this. It's taken a lot longer than I expected it would. There have been a lot of rocky and steep downhills, and they take a long time to do. So it's a little after 2 right now, so it'll be about a 7-hour day, which is more than I expected, but I guess you take what you get with the Camino. It still wasn't too terrible, so I'm not too upset about it. Here is my room at Casa Licerio. And there's a window over there, just overlooks the street. Here's the bathroom. I thought I would just show you this. It's a little teeny tiny tub. It's like a half-size tub. Great for soaking feet, I think. I might use that for.